Einen wunderschönen guten Abend. Schön, dass ihr wieder da seid, Leute. Wird eine Minimaus gereicht. Mini, leg dich hin. Ja, herzlich willkommen. Schön, dass ihr da seid. Ja, wie schon so ein bisschen im Titel angeteasert. Nach 5 Jahren ist es hoffentlich soweit. Ah, okay, wie fangen wir an? Das Stanley Parable. Da steht jetzt Last Play Today. Das fuckt mich gerade ein bisschen ab. Denn ihr müsst wissen, es gibt hier ein Achievement. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years. Das habe ich getan. Ich habe es Ende 2016 war das. Ja, Ende 2016, Dezember, irgendwie 26. Dezember oder so, das letzte Mal gespielt gehabt. Habe gewartet, hatte es deinstalliert, ja, habe es gar nicht installiert bis zu diesem Moment. Bleib mal hier, meine Süße. Und jetzt habe ich es gerade wirklich 2 Minuten vor Streambeginn, bevor ich hier live gegangen bin, installiert. Und jetzt steht da Last Play Today. Und jetzt bin ich gerade ein bisschen, ähm, hm, hm, hm. Wir gucken mal. Es könnte für mich ein geschichtsträchtiger Moment sein, jetzt hier an dieser Stelle. Ich hoffe, das klappt. Wenn nicht, dann weiß ich auch nicht, wie soll ich denn dann dieses Achievement bekommen? Das Spiel 5 Jahre lang installiert, aber nicht in der Hand haben? Nicht gespielt haben? 5 Jahre, ohne die Festplatte mal aufzuräumen. Dies, das. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Würde mich schon hart abfacken, wenn das jetzt nicht funktioniert. So, jetzt seht ihr gerade nichts. Und ihr seht nichts. Ha! Geil. Läuft. 10 out of 10. Ach ja. Okay, Moment. Ihr habt es ja gerade gesehen. Wir waren bei Steam drinne. Und das Achievement war gelockt. Und jetzt haben wir es. Go outside, don't play the Stanley Parable. Parable, Dings, Gedöns. 5 Jahre. So wunderschön. Ah. Ja, als ich dieses Achievement das erste Mal gesehen habe, ich mir, das brauchst du, das musst du haben. Und jetzt habe ich es. Ja, was machen wir jetzt? Nee, da sieht er. 30. Dezember. Quit the game and then start it again. 30. Dezember habe ich das letzte Mal gespielt. Oder? Ja, muss ja. Mhm. Ja, was machen wir jetzt? Wir spielen natürlich trotzdem einfach mal ein paar Ründchen. Wobei mir da auch der Gedanke gekommen ist, heute im Laufe des Tages, es war ja jetzt nicht so viel Gameplay, glaube ich. Also für 2 Stunden könnte schwierig sein. Und, Extra, Save, Disabled. Nee, hä? Haben wir bekommen. Egal. Wir starten einfach mal. Wir gucken mal, wie es läuft, wie es wird. Und, gegebenenfalls schmeißen wir noch was anderes rein, ne? Wenn er Bock hat auf irgendein anderes Game. Wenn er sagt, ey, komm, das ist jetzt Stanley Parable, muss man selber spielen, muss man erleben. Gib mir einfach Bescheid, wir gucken einfach mal, wie es wird. Denn 5 Jahre lang ist her, ich bin mir nicht mehr so ganz sicher, was überhaupt abging in dem Game. Wir hatten einen Erzähler, wir hatten Story, es war so ein bisschen Exploration, aber mehr ist auch nicht hängen geblieben. Gucken wir mal. Ich hoffe, es ist laut genug, der Erzähler vor allem. Wenn nicht, gebt mir Bescheid, wir tweaken das ein bisschen, wir machen ein bisschen Sound leiser
This is
wahrscheinlich.
the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Und wir sind Stanley.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Hallo, ihr lieben Fluxasoras, mein Lieber. Schön, dass ihr da seid. Gerade nochmal. Wir haben das Achievement bekommen. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years. Abbekommen. Das ist wunderschön. Das ist wunderschön. Und jetzt steht es da. Und wir gucken mal, was in The Stanley Parable so abgeht. 5 Jahre ist eine lange Zeit. Bis auf so ein bisschen, hey, Storytelling. Und mach was dir gesagt wird oder mach es nicht. Ja, das weiß ich nicht. So ist mein Lieber. Du hast den geschichtsträchtigen Moment verpasst, wie ich das Achievement bekommen habe. Ich disable auch gerade mal hier, dass die Chatbox die ganze Zeit an ist. Das ist wirklich, also 5 Jahre ein Spiel nicht spielen, nur um das Achievement zu bekommen, ist wirklich the longest shit I've ever done für ein Achievement. Oder auch nicht getan? Es ist jetzt nicht besonders schwer, aber man muss schon dran denken und ja. Ich hab's auf jeden Fall. So, und jetzt gucken wir mal. Gucken wir uns mal um. Wenn Audio angepasst werden muss, gebt er Bescheid. Und ja, wir sind Stanley. Vielleicht mal ein bisschen die Settings, Maus-Sensitivity ein bisschen runter. Auf fast 0. Dass es hier nicht so ein Hin- und Herflicken ist mit meiner nervösen Hand, sondern dass wir das hier schön genießen können. Ja, die Story, wir sitzen hier in unserem Office 427. Haben immer Aufträge bekommen über diesen Monitor, doch jetzt ist alles anders. Keine Aufträge, keine Person mehr da hier scheinbar im Office. Wir müssen mal gucken. Wir müssen gucken, was abgeht. Okay, mit E scheine ich
All of
wirklich...
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Mit E öffne ich scheinbar Türen. Und das ist ein Spiel sehr erzählerlastig. Deswegen bin ich die meiste Zeit über doch ruhig. Und wir gucken mal. Wir werden jetzt erstmal reinkommen, das Spiel so zu spielen, wie der Erzähler es uns erzählt, werden wir seinen Anweisungen Folge leisten. Meeting Hall. Untertitel. Das ist ein guter Punkt, sowas. Das ist ein guter Punkt. Field of Vision. Können wir auch mal ein bisschen erhöhen, ne? Advanced. Oder ist das Double Buffered? Jetzt auch nicht Full Captions. Ja, machen wir mal so. Not Quality Eye. Music. Ich kann die Musik einstellen? Oh, die noch ein bisschen leiser. Dann schauen wir mal. Ist alles zu? Da läuft aber was auf dem Ding. Wir gucken erstmal.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Die linke Tür. Befolgen wir natürlich. Wie gesagt, erstmal. Und dann später sind wir der Rebell. Dann gucken wir, was noch so geht in diesem Spiel. Ja, Sammy, du bist auch so ein Rebell, ne? Ich weiß. Ah,
Yet there
ja.
was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Machen wir mal. Genau so machen wir das doch. What do people want? Things. Happy feelings? Mike James, you're fired. Sehr gut. Money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about things and money. Graph on your product. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Okay, Profits. Profits sind immer wichtig. Stock market is somewhere here. Number of slides on this slide. We have charts, we have slides, we have charts and slides. Rate at which start on the same slide as with the same information. Hochwichtig. Hochbrisant. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Oh God! It's getting... Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return. Okay, ganz schön schnell vorbei hier. Conflict. Wait did I have? God damn it. What are your dreams for the future? Nature transcend, play football. Okay, sehr, sehr motivierend. Gute Präsentation. Ich bin motiviert. Wir gehen mal zum Chef. Wir gucken mal, was... Nee, da müssen wir nicht rein. Das machen wir mal zu. Da müssen wir jetzt nicht rein. Nur gucken.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs. Hin. Upstairs. Oh. Schick. Sehr schick. Das könnte auch Mr. Burns' Büro sein, gefühlt.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ja, machen wir sofort. Allerdings muss ich mal hier Video. Field of Vision, es sah ein bisschen komisch so verzogen aus. Wisst ihr, was ich meine? Bisschen besser. Ja. Okay. It's getting dark real quick. Is the cake a lie? Das sieht ein bisschen aus wie ein Portal. Wie lang? Ich sehe so viel. Na gut. Klar. Ominöser Fahrstuhl in den Abgrund? Sure. What could possibly go wrong? Wie war's, Emily? Rede ich mal mit Süßer. Tada.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh boy. Okay, ich bin mir nicht mehr sicher, ob ich jemals...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oder wir hauen ab. Okay, nein, wir folgen ihm mal. Mind Control Facility. Großer Knopf, wird gedrückt.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Ja, noch mehr Buttons.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Jetzt würde ich gerne wissen, wo unsere Kamera ist, aber 427, ich habe es nicht schnell genug gesehen. 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 7, da drüben. Oder? Waren wir doch. 427? Ich glaube, wir waren 427. Ja, da. Ja gut, ist empty. Wer hätte es gedacht. So schreibt, ich bin Fan von überdimensionalen großen Industriekomplexen. Portal fand ich auch immer amazing. Portal war auch... Das ist bestimmt auch schon 5 Jahre her. Will ich auch mal spielen. Wired 104. Okay, noch mehr Buttons. Yay!
This mind control facility It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Das kann ja gar nicht sein.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Ja.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Aber wie mache ich das? Button? 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 Noch mehr Buttons? Ich meine, einfach Knöpfe drücken kann ich gut. Schaut euch meine Let's Plays an, aber... Hier gibt es doch auch irgendein Secret, oder? Und so disabled. Ich habe das Gefühl, hier gibt es ein Secret. Oh, one. One. Anderer Sound. Oh, warte mal, was war der Code? 2? Aber haben wir so viele Buttons? Wait, da oben ist auch noch einer. Hier? Die Verwirrung ist groß. Es geht nicht auf. 3. Wir drücken mal die 4, wir gucken mal, was passiert. Absolut nichts. 0142. Ist das vielleicht der Code? Wait, wir haben keine 0 gesehen. 0521. Oh Gott, the numbers, Jason. What do they mean? Okay. Wir gehen mal in diesen großen Raum da hinten. War ich auch... warte mal. Ja, nein, wir wollten... Wir gehen erstmal. Da ist eine 5. Mind controls idle. Waiting input. Oh. Oh.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Definitiv. Ich glaube, das war die richtige Entscheidung.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Aber er hat uns ja quasi die ganze Zeit gesagt, was wir machen sollen. Also... Ähm. Hm.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin,
Gott.
the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Ja, aber ne, so richtig frei waren wir nicht. Er hat uns ja die ganze Zeit gesagt, was wir tun sollen. Das, Never the end. Ah. Gitarre und ja, das war, glaube ich, nicht so ganz richtig, das zu tun, was er sagt. Vor allem sind wir jetzt wieder hier und lag das Papier vorher schon? Nee, ne? Das wäre uns aufgefallen.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Oh Gott. Okay. Kriegen wir hin, Jungs, kriegen wir hin. Was haben wir hier? Screen, den wir nicht ganz lesen können. Hm. Okay. Das war also nicht ganz so richtig. Richtig. Ja, ich glaube, ne?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ich frage euch einfach. Wollen wir jetzt links lang? Wollen wir nochmal links so Path, den Weg links lang gehen und dann irgendwann abzweigen? Oder wollen wir jetzt von vornherein sagen, fuck the shit, wir gehen woanders lang? Das ist jetzt nämlich hier die schwierige Frage, du. Würde ja fast behaupten, hier vom rechts lang. Wir machen jetzt nicht, was er sagt. Nochmal für links, nochmal für rechts. Oh, sieht das. Chat gespalten. Wir gehen nach rechts. Luxa, ich bin jetzt bei dir. Wir gehen rechts lang.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Nein, aber schön, dass ihr da seid. Dass ihr aktiv am Start seid. Werden wir mal gucken. Ja, das ist hier einiges an Mysterien zu lösen geben. Oh, was ist die Lounge?
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ja, wunderbar. Wunderschön. Nee, ein bisschen, ich weiß nicht, so ein bisschen Jazzmusik oder so. Fluxa, hast du gerade...
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Really worth it. Okay. Fluxa hat einfach mal seine Macht
At
missbraucht.
this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Ich nehme mir halt Zeit für den Raum. Okay, sowas mit mir, mach dir kurz Essen. Macht er nicht nochmal, der Fluxa.
Stanley sat
Hör doch
around
zu.
waiting for more dialogue.
Ja.
But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Fluxa.
Yeah, I buy him.
Fluxa missbraucht seine Macht hier. Du weißt doch, aus großer Kraft folgt große Verantwortung.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
First open door on his left. Nee. Wir gehorchen ihm jetzt mal nicht. Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Muss ich gerade voll groß haben oder so. Okay, wo zum Fick? Ich habe das Gefühl, wir könnten sterben an dieser Stelle. Könnte das Warning Sign sein. Do not jump from the cargo lift while in... Ja, it will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. I mean...
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Ich musste mal testen, ob wir da wirklich sterben können. Okay, wir sind wieder hier. Und es liegen keine Zettel
All
mehr
of
auf
his
dem
co-workers were gone.
Boden.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Liegen wieder weniger Zettel. Das.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wunderschön.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh. Wir gehen trotzdem hier lang.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, jetzt gucken wir nochmal. Also.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Das sieht überhaupt nicht creepy aus.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, warte, tun wir das? Gehen wir ins Telefon? Wir wollten ihm nicht mehr gehorchen. Tür wieder auf? Geht nicht auf. Der Cutscene?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Maybe.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Oh, genial.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome
dafür.
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Ich glaube, jetzt geht das Spiel los. Du hast halt vergessen, die Pizzen in die Gefriertruhe zu packen. Alle Fine, ich werd das ganze Spiel abfackeln. Abfackeln! Okay, jetzt müssen wir dreimal überlegen, weil ich glaube wirklich, jetzt geht das Game richtig los. And I'm a bit scared. Ich meine, ich treffe natürlich nie falsche Entscheidungen, das ist ja... Aufstehen zählt wahrscheinlich schon so raus, aber gucken wir mal.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Ich kann nicht springen, sowas. Ich habe gerade auch überlegt, jetzt wäre der Moment. Oh, wait. I cannot. The jump button is disabled. Wait. Oh. Oh. Nee. Ja, aber vielleicht ist es jetzt was anderes, wenn ich jetzt springen würde. Entschuldigung, bitte. Na gut. Ha. Oh, Türen gehen zu.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Aber wollen wir das? Wollen wir das wirklich? Ich glaube, wir wollen die Welt brennen sehen. Wir wollen Anarchie. Wir wollen Krieg. Wir wollen Shit.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I mean... Ja? Es könnte auch Fallout sein. Also, das kann man jetzt... Also, das sieht normal aus. Das könnte ein Bethesda-Game sein. Aber ich will... Was ist, wenn ich nochmal... Nee. Okay.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
Nein.
I have to.
No! Ah, goddammit. Ah!
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Aber gut gemacht.
What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Hey.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Und ja, haben wir gesehen. Und da muss ich alle vielen zustimmen. Der war wirklich süß. Das war ein schöner Film.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Ich geb nicht auf.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What do you got there?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Das Spiel snappt mich gerade immer wieder zurück, aber
Behave
geh
exactly
mich
as
auf, oder?
Stanley would.
Holt euch Popcorn,
That
Leute.
means choosing responsibly
Das ist noch eine Weile
and
hier.
always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Sure.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Die linke. Du meinst die rechte, oder?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Weil ich mir aber auch gerade nicht sicher bin, ob das nicht wirklich jetzt ein Punkt ist, wo hier hat das Spiel automatisch gespeichert und schmeißt ihn wirklich zurück. Aber eigentlich ist es nicht so ein Spiel, oder? Das ist jetzt... Ha. Ey, ich würde es noch ein paar Mal probieren. Schnell rein, wieder raus.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Nee, es ist auch nicht.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Dreimal noch. Noch dreimal und dann...
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Genau, das denke ich auch so, was.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Es ist vielleicht wirklich der Punkt, wo es einfach genug ist.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Einmal noch. Nur fürs gute Gewissen. Einmal.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Okay. Genug. Ich glaube, das ist der Punkt, an dem es wirklich heißt.
Exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ja, okay, komm. Wir gehen mal links durch. Okay. Aber jetzt ist wieder Anarchie.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ach, ich hätte eigentlich einen Screenshot davon machen müssen, wo es so kaputt war. Ja, ging vorhin noch auf, ne?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Na gut. Noch den richtigen Weg gehen. Oh, da können wir. Ja, nein. Screenshots? Sah das vorher auch schon so aus?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Nightshark 115. War's doch, oder?
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Nightshark 115. Oh, wait, das geht ja gar nicht.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Behindert. Ich habe gar kein Mikro an dem anderen Rechner dran.
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
Nein,
I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Kein Mikro.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Oh, wow. Okay. Also Glück im Unglück. Weil kein Mikro angeschlossen ist, ging es da nicht weiter. Wir sind immer noch hier. Wir sind nicht im Haus.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
War das jetzt vorbei? Haben wir gewonnen? Da stand die End und die Credits sind gerollt. Tja, gut. Ich bin irritiert. Habe ich ein Mikro, was ich da anschließen kann, so einfach mal eben? Nicht. In dem Headset ist Mikro, aber das Headset ist hier angeschlossen. Das Mikro auch hier an dem anderen Rechner. Ha! Ich meine, dass man in dem Spiel out of bounds konnte. Und ich mir was brechen. Das hier wahrgenommen. Die Frage ist jetzt aber, Leute, was machen wir? Gehen wir jetzt wieder links? Gehen wir rechts? Ich habe kein Mikro. Also wir können diesen Weg nicht weitergehen. Wir haben es kaputt gemacht? Wir haben es doch richtig kaputt gemacht? Wir könnten auch die Telefonnummer machen. Oder wir gehen links lang. Was uns da für neue Pfade erwarten? Ich lasse euch mal entscheiden. Links oder rechts? Was darf sein, ihr Lieben? Was darf sein? Ein neuer Weg? Einen anderen Weg? Bis zu Ende gehen? Schwierig. Hast jetzt links noch Abweichung, aber rechts waren da noch andere Türen. Wenn wir rechts lang gehen, können wir bis zu dem Punkt mit dem Telefon, dann das Telefon einmal abnehmen, um zu sehen, was da passiert. Wenn wir links lang gehen, könnten wir zum einen bei der Boss-Office-Tür nach unten und vor der Boss-Office-Tür ebenfalls nochmal links lang. Da wissen wir dann nicht, wie der Weg weitergeht. In diesem Monitorraum könnte man auch noch Dinge tun. Wir machen mal rechts. Machen mal rechts und dann,
This was not the correct way to the meeting
gehen wir
room,
mal ans
and
Telefon.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply, and so, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nee. Guck mal.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Oh, wait.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Nee, wir gehen mal gucken. Oh. Oh no.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Weiß ich nicht. Die rote? Ich mag blau. Ah, und was ist das?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Jetzt geht's wieder los.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen?
Ja!
Don't let me stop you.
Danke.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Ich hätte gerne eine Grappling
Tell
Hook.
you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Nein. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Aber ist die 1 jetzt gut oder ist die 1 schlecht? Please rate your experience. 5 out of 7?
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh. Oh. But widely. In total, oh boy. Steps taken, endings achieved, awards won. Did you know that 21.3 of players skipped the intro sequence? Only the worst 3% of players choose the blue door. Oh. So ein böser Junge. This is you, Stanley. Ah, ich bin der Letzte! Get to the correct door. Why not ask some friends for your help? Oh, come on, jetzt bist du aber fies. Meine Freundesliste ist voll mit Leuten. God fucking damn it. Dead Rat is offline. This is your superior. Dead Rat? Fuck off. Aber... Fuck you. Jetzt erst recht.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Oh, 3.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh no!
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh,
You're
hey,
welcome.
since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Ooh. Oh, nice! Minecraft.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course, and just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Na, mir geht's gut hier. Schade, dass ich nicht springen kann. Nein, ich muss... Nein, ich muss es nicht. Aber die Musik fehlt. Es ist genau das so, was auf der Tür. Nein. Oh. Na gut. Oh. Okay.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Yes.
Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Ja! Let's go! Brauchen eine Pickaxe. Oh boy. Oh boy!
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Nope. Leider gar nicht.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh, Portal.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Kann ich das Radio mitnehmen? Ich nehme das Radio.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
Oder? Wahnsinn.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't
No,
care
no.
much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work. And I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
Ich glaube, wir haben ihm ziemlich ans Bein gepisst. Hallo Pande, mein Guter. Haben ihn verkehrt. Ja, Sammy ist gerade ein süßer Schnüffler hier. Ja. Und wir haben scheinbar... Ah. I mean... Ah, wir leben noch. Oh, aber das sieht nicht richtig aus. Das sieht nicht richtig aus. Ja gut, also... Fisch bestellt, ja. Das ist, ja, das war Portal auf Fisch bestellt. Das ist ein gut. Ja, was machen wir denn jetzt? Müssen wir uns töten? Oh no, wir sind zu weit gekommen. Link Cabinets. Oder warten wir? Wir können noch warten, Leute. Wir können einfach nur warten. Denn es ist auch ziemlich dunkel. Der Erzähler ist wirklich gegangen, ne? Der hat uns jetzt... Ist kalt, lässt er uns jetzt hier stehen. Well then. Ich dachte, wir wären tot. 100? Ah. Butter. Wait a minute. Ich hoffe, was. Ja, doch, wir können ein bisschen was sehen, oder? 23. Oh, bestimmt sogar stimmt. Vielleicht haben wir die Stiefel angezogen bekommen. Das kann sein. Wait, 427.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Ich glaube, du hast recht, sowas. Das war derselbe Aufbau. Aber wir waren jetzt einfach... Okay.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing? Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
Bitte.
Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Ich habe mich nämlich daran erinnert. Achievement. 400, auf die Tür 430 5-mal klicken. Und ich dachte gerade im ersten Moment, dass sie da unten ist. Nö, die ist hier am Anfang. Oh.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Goddammit, das ist bestimmt die Tür, die da unten war. 417. Oh nee, oder finde ich.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
God fucking damn it. 437. Alrighty. Sounds awesome. 437. 437. And 437. Ah.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
You son of a bitch. Hardcore Door-Clicking, let's go. Bandi hat recht. Okay. Machen wir. Ah, there we go.
Now, back to door number 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Das hier? Okay.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Ich gebe nicht auf.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416, let's go.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Okay. Aber dann ist Schluss.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes! We did it!
Woo!
Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Ja, das weiß ich auch nicht. Ja, das ist wirklich so sowas. Wait, ein Achievement fürs Sterben? Let's go. Amazing. It's good. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wir gehen wieder rechts, oder? Das Telefon.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ja.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
Und wir gehen weiter.
But eager to get back to
Ich
business,
könnte die rote Tür
Stanley
nehmen.
took the first open door on his left.
Nehmen wir die rote Tür, oder Jungs und Mädels? Nehmen wir die rote Tür.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Auf zur roten Tür?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Maybe. Out of Bounds ist im ersten Raum am Tisch 434.
Now listen carefully, this is
Aber vielleicht auch
important.
noch.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Ich mache erstmal die blaue. Ich fühle die blaue, aber...
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Die blaue haben wir ja schon hinter uns, ne? Spiel geht kaputt.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Jetzt aber.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Red Door. Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Vielen Dank.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Das ist doch schön. Sowas braucht man eigentlich fürs Schlafzimmer, oder? So schön gemütlich. Nein, die Lichter, sie gehen. Mit anpassbarer Lichtstärke. Ja, klar. Was passiert, wenn ich hier warte? Genießen wir mal ein bisschen die Ruhe. Hat man selten bisher in dem Spiel. Okay, ist zu ruhig. Oh, oder? Warte, warte, warte. Hm. Ich bin mir auch ein bisschen unschlüssig, sowas. Weiß aber, scheint selber Animation, nur andere Farben.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Oh, nee, ich gehe zurück.
Right. Where were we?
Yeah. Er will auch nicht, dass wir da reingehen. Wait, aber wir gehorchen ihm nicht. Hm. Hm. Okay, warten wir jetzt hier oder gehen wir einfach? Vielleicht? Ich glaube. Nope, Sternhimmel. Wobei, aber wenn jetzt. Welche Farbe fing das an? Lugt das? Ich glaube, das lugt nur. Okay, wir gehen mal. Wir gehen mal.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Okay, ich muss einfach nur vorsichtig sein. Nicht sterben.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh nein! Wir müssen uns umbringen! Oh no. Oh no. All his happiness. Der Erzähler, er klang so fröhlich.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Stairway to the stars. Goodbye, cruel world.
No!
Oh, wait.
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Na gut, gucken wir mal, was da jetzt passiert.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Mach mal nichts. Wir warten einfach mal ein bisschen. Ein bisschen. Ja. Oh. So gibt's ja mir sogar Snacks. Oh. Und jetzt ist eine Weile her. Ich hatte das ja vor einer Weile geändert. Hier ein Feld. Aber du inhalierst die immer, mein Junge, deswegen musst du die kleiner machen. Nämlich immer ein Problem von Sammy. Weil er nimmt, kaut nicht. Eine Sau sagt, er kaut nicht. Er inhaliert die einfach nur. Stellt euch vor, ihr würdet Kekse nicht normal kauen, sondern einfach runterschlucken. Macht der Sausack, deswegen kotzt er gerne mal. Ja, Mini guckt auch jetzt ganz neidisch. Hier, hinter Sammy steht noch ein Schrank. Da sitzt Mini gerade drauf und sie guckt jetzt ganz neidisch. Naja, so ein bisschen neidisch. Jetzt nein. Einer noch. Oh. Hier. Hier. Ja, und hier ist noch ein Stückchen von einem. So. Nee. Alle Fine gibt der guten Mini auch was. Ja. Mir jetzt echt nicht sieht. Nein, Sammy, geh nicht. Gehst du? Oh, ist was runtergefallen? Runtergefallen. Katzenzeit zu Ende. Ja. Bleibst du bei uns, Sammy? Bleibst du bei uns? Wir werden mal weiterspielen, ihr Lieben. Ne, wir hatten ja... Wir werden mal weitermachen. Dann scheint wirklich nichts zu passieren. Das ist einfach nur...
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
The show must go on.
No. No, no. What are you doing, Stanley? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Das bricht mir das Herz, aber es soll weitergehen. Bitte.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Es tut mir so leid, Erzähler. Es tut mir so leid.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
So glücklich. Wir mussten die Happiness von ihm nehmen.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Und das war jetzt die rote Tür, ne?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Rechts.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ja.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
Nein. Nee.
Yes. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Jetzt machen wir mal die Telefonnummer.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ist auch recht sowas. Das stimmt wohl.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Flashbang! Oh, God. Oh.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Beziehungsweise, über ein Flashbang wäre auch ein cooler Redeem. Eigentlich mal machen.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Press E on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press 7. Oh.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Press 4.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Aww. Press 0. Oder so. Oh.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Uh-oh. Please press 1 to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
7.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press O to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Uh-oh.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, The next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Wir sind besser als das. Wir sind besser als das. Nicht, hey, be at work in the morning. Nein. Nope. Not gonna happen. Schau auf die Uhr. Fantastisch. Ja. Ich habe so das Gefühl. Aber wir drücken es nicht, oder? Nee, wir drücken es nicht. Nee.
Oh, motherfucker, I was born ready!
God damn it! Oh, wait. What? Nothing happened. Please press 5 to question nothing. Guys. Tja. Ich glaube, das ist jetzt das Spiel hier. Ja. Ich glaube, wir sind am Ende angekommen. Okay, mehrmals drücken macht nichts. Nee, es macht gar nichts. Also ich meine, das ist. Nun, Sammy, was sagst du dazu? Er sagt nichts dazu. Gut. Ja. Wie war euer Tag so? Ich hoffe, ihr hattet einen entspannten Arbeitstag. Ist entspannter als der von Stanley. Bild. Mal die Minuten vergehen. Bin natürlich schon mal jetzt vor 20. Ja nun, push all the buttons! Ja. Ich glaube, wir müssen hier echt eine Weile warten, oder? Es ist das Ende vom Spiel und man ist jetzt dabei, einfach Alt F4 ins Hauptmenü zu gehen. So oder so glaube ich, dass jetzt ja auch ein gutes Ende wäre, eigentlich zu beenden. Nicht mal das. Nicht mal das. Das ich dachte, jetzt ist der Moment. Ich sage es und das Spiel geht weiter. Nein. You goddamn mother in the game again. Vielleicht ist das jetzt hier unser Leben in dem Spiel. Vielleicht ist das wirklich das Ende. Vielleicht müssen wir auch einfach nur warten. Ich möchte mich auf jeden Fall bedanken. Vielen lieben Dank, dass ihr hier so fleißig zugeschaut habt. Dass ihr immer noch fleißig zuschaut. wenn hier basically nichts passiert. Auch kein Trigger? Ich hab's befürchtet. Dann musst du warten. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich glaube, dass ich warten muss, sowas. Sicher bin ich mir auch nicht. Aber so oder so, finde ich, wäre das ja ein guter Punkt, um aufzuhören. Denn wir sind, ich muss sagen, wir hatten hier einen schönen Run heute in The Stanley Parable. Denn es ist ja wirklich so, manchmal hast du einen Cut, bist wieder am Anfang, aber nicht wirklich am Anfang, weil schon Dinge passiert sind. Und dann der Erzähler auch anders reagiert, ne? Und dann gibt es irgendwann mal diese harten Cuts, wo es wirklich von vorne anfängt. Und ich glaube, das ist so ein Moment, wo es nochmal komplett von vorne anfängt. Lassen wir. Nee, deswegen, ich bedanke mich recht herzlich. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß. Habt vielleicht auch Bock auf das Stanley Parable. Schaltet morgen wieder ein. Schaltet morgen wieder ein. Cheat Engine anmachen, Games erhöhen und schauen, ob das wirkt. Nee, warte, mach lieber Out of Bounds. So, stimmt, das ist ein guter Punkt, sowas. Okay, nee, weil ich glaube, also ich meine, wir warten die jetzt, dass man hier wartet. Warte mal, also erstmal, wir haben noch ein neues Achievement bekommen hier. Und dann, tja. Ich meine, ich kann auch hier die Uhr nicht anklicken. Ich klicke ja gerade wie ein Madman. Da hat schon ab und zu mal geklickt. Nee, wir machen mal jetzt noch den Out-of-Bounds-Trick. So, jetzt ist es wieder von vorne los. Sowas mit
All
lieber.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wie war nochmal der Trick mit Out of Bounds?
No matter how hard Stanley looked,
4, 3,
he
4.
couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
3, 4. Tisch oder Raum? Oh. Oh. War nicht Tisch. Sammy ist gerade. Okay, Sammy und Mini haben gerade einen Stare-Off hier oben rechts auf dem Schrank. Okay, wie genau gehen wir Out of Bounds, mein Guter?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Kannst du dich ducken? Ich kann mich ducken, ja? Soll ich mich mal auf den Tisch ducken? Wenn ich hier wieder hochkomme, wie habe ich das eben gemacht? Ah. Okay. Ja. Nein. Oh, jetzt kommen wir zur anderen Seite. Fenster, okay, Fenster kriegen wir hin. Fenster kriegen wir hin, mein Guter. So, warte mal. So. Ja. Ja! Oh boy.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Am I sick of this gag yet? No.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Gut. Nee, dann sitzen wir jetzt hier. Jetzt haben wir ein tolles Ende gefunden. Vielen lieben Dank an alle, dass ihr hier mit zugeschaut habt. Mit der Stanley Parable gelebt habt hier heute Abend. War ein Träumchen mit euch. Ich hoffe, ihr schaltet morgen wieder ein. Morgen geht Enderal weiter. Ich werde mich jetzt noch ein bisschen die Zeit nutzen, ein bisschen vorzubereiten. Das. Inventar war voll. Leveln. Jeder, der gestern mit am Start war, weiß, was ich meine. Es ist ein bisschen Vorbereitung nötig für den morgigen Stream. Und ansonsten, ja, einen entspannten Mittwochabend. Wie gesagt, morgen Enderal. Sonntag. Guild Wars. Wenn ihr da Bock drauf habt, Guild Wars Multiplayer Stream. Wir spielen ein bisschen World vs. World. Jeder kann mitmachen, ne? Das neue Allianzsystem. Jeder Test und so. Gebt Bescheid. Macht mit. Zocken wir zusammen. Ansonsten Samstag vermutlich auch nochmal ein Enderal-Stream, wo wir ein bisschen Sidequesten, ein bisschen trainieren. Anime-Training-Session, Timeskip. Ne, für alle, die vielleicht den Samstag verpassen und dann nächste Woche einschalten und 5 bis 10 Level, keine Ahnung, gebufft. Lasst euch überraschen. Wird eine lustige Nummer. Das war's von mir. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüssi, ihr Lieben. Tschüssi.